and a happy new year, and everybody's happy, and I'm thrilled about the new year. And happy new year. Today's going to be a fun day because we're going to be live streaming your games. The goal with this is to make you feel horrible about yourself in 2026. It's going to feel like, well, a hot iron deep into your soul when I critique your games. That's the goal. Obviously, that's not true. The goal is to make sure that you guys get some constructive criticism as best as I can, and offer some feedback that really does help you. I want to help you guys. I want you to succeed this year. I really, really do. Making games is tough. It's really, really hard. The indie game career is not for the thin-skinned. You got to be tough. And so I want to help you be tough, and I want to offer feedback. And we're all going to do it together, right? We're going to do this fun live stream where everybody shows up and offers feedback for 3 different games. And at the end of today's live stream, we're going to vote on our favorite game of the 3 games. So I'm super duper excited. I love doing these things. I don't get to do them often, but when I do, I have a blast. Huge thank you. Wow. This was incredible. Over the weekend, so many people enrolled in my massive course. It's called Full-Time Game Dev. Daniel, oh man, that was tough. Alpialaglu, Michael, Chris, wow. Christine, it's a beautiful name, but wow. Christine, Armando, Sean, Tim, Daniel, Xander, Peter, Marty, Adrian, Alexander, Edgard, Yanni, and Ben. Welcome to Full-Time Game Dev. It means the world to me that you enrolled in the program during the New Year's sale event. There's one quick question I want to ask you guys. How does somebody like Thomas, who I'm not like a genius, okay? And my games aren't viral, believe me. But how does someone like Thomas get games like this on Switch, right? That's a Korean version, which is really cool. I think that's Korean. Is that Korean? Anybody Korean in the chat? Or how does he get games like this in a deluxe copy for my game Neversong? How do I do that? Well, I teach it in the program. I teach it in this program called Full-Time Game Dev, and these big sale events, Black Friday and New Year's, they really do only happen one time a year. Well, sometimes they happen during like the summer and stuff, but these don't happen all the time. They're very infrequent. So if you want to get 50% off Full-Time Game Dev, you want to get a shout out in tomorrow's live stream, you want to get my 2D art program and my 3D art program completely free, enroll now before the time is up. In fact, I think this sale might end earlier than 8 days because they're just selling much faster. There's only 60 seats available. 40 have already sold, which is awesome. And also, you might be wondering, well, what about other students? You know, have other students been able to do what Thomas has done, right? Well, what I teach has helped all of these students. These are real reviews. You can reach out to them on Twitter. You can Google them, find these individuals, and reach out to them and ask them if the course helped them. These are reviews from them that they mentioned to me that the course did help them go full-time, which is incredible. And that means money, right? Money to go full-time with publishers, with Kickstarter, with crowdfunding, wish lists, hitting the Steam front page, getting press coverage, learning 2D art, learning 3D art, learning how to code, learning Unity or Godot or Unreal. You can take your pick, by the way, whichever engine you want to learn in the program. It's up to you. Everything I just mentioned there, that's like the full gamut of what it means to be an indie game developer. You're not going to be taught this, honestly, on places like Udemy or Skillshare. You're going to be taught this from an actual indie game developer, and that's what makes my course special. I'm actually in the trenches currently working on my 3rd commercial release. You can Google it. It's called Twisted Tower. It's awesome. I love the game. I think it's something I'm really proud of, and it's published by 3D Realms. So if you want to learn what I've learned in the last decade of making indie games, check out the link below and see if it's something you're interested in. And I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow's live stream, just like I did with these students. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in now that I'm done shilling my course. Let's go ahead and jump into today's live stream and take a look at these incredible games that were submitted. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I need a new microphone stand. This is officially falling apart here. It's because I keep grabbing it. It's like a nervous tick. Come on in, guys. Welcome. Let me see if I can get this chat up and running. It usually shows up right here. Ugh. Costco didn't have the coffee I like. Kind of tastes like a little dirt. How do you manage work from home all day long, whole year? Don't you get homesick? Well, I think I think you're talking about cabin fever. Yeah, I do a little bit. That's why I'm building a new office. We're building a new home. We got some property last year or 2 years ago, and we're building a new home, and I'm doing a big office above the garage, and it's spacious, and there's a nice view. And so that's the goal, is to have a little bit more space. I've been sort of in my own little office right outside my kid's bedroom. Been doing that for about 7 years. So yeah, we're live right now. Whoa. Mr. XB, you don't have to apologize. Okay. Let's see here. Let's jump on in. First game we're going to play today, ladies and gentlemen, is Lawn Care Simulator. And I know this isn't probably a super unique game in the sense that I'm sure there's other lawn care simulators out there. I've been wanting this kind of game since I can remember. Seriously, since I was like 14 or 15. In fact, I made a Flash game about mowing the grass. It might be in one of my videos I've done, but when I was like 16 or 17, I did a Flash game about mowing the grass because I love mowing the grass. It's about the manliest thing that I can do. And so it's something I'm really proud of. So let's go ahead and hit play here and take a look at Lawn Care Simulator. And the link is in the description if we want to support the developer and wish list. What's the goal of playing? Offering feedback, okay? Helping the developer make this game better, okay? All right, let's listen to the music here. So far, so good. Oh, this feels great. Good music. Okay, I would change the, I would make that highlight and not get darker. So it feels a little grayish, and I don't know why. It's not very vibrant. So what I would do if I was the developer, by the way, this looks incredible. This really does look good. It's just not very vibrant, and I can't put a finger on why. Let's see if it's my monitor. I'm going to open up Photoshop and see if we can make this more saturated and more vibrant. My theory is that the developer developed this game on a very vibrant monitor, one that perhaps, is much more vibrant than most monitors. That could be the case. So let's go ahead and see if my suspicions are correct. Feels very dim. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Photoshop if we could brighten this up. But I would consider making the buttons highlight when you hover over. So like this button here, it's hard to tell that you're hovering over it. So what I would do is I would do something like this. Just brighten it up. Like that. So when you hover, you just see a little bit of a highlight. That'll be more satisfying. All right, let's see if I'm incorrect here. I might be. No, yeah. Yeah, I would do something like this for pretty much the entire thing. So let's see here. Yeah, so here's what it's at, guys. Here's what it could be. Now, look, not all monitors are the same, so it's up to you guys to tell me. Am I crazy here? How's everybody feel? Yes, crank up that saturation and contrast, or no? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. This is really helpful to the developer because they may see this on their monitor. But if most of us see this, it's a problem. We need to increase that vibrance. It's 2026, baby. Every game is sugary and bright. Yeah. The background image is AI? I don't know. Let's not assume that. But anyway, so this is super bright. Yeah, that feels great. This does not. Okay, let's put play here. Free play. Now let's do career. Music is great, guys. It's the Anvil Trimsdale Mowathon. You were given a wild card invitation to the final round. Can you compete? Yes, let's mow some grass, baby. Mixing gas and oil. Press anything to continue. That's really big, that font. Press ASWD to move around. Welcome to the Trimsdale Mowathon, where the top lawn care experts compete. Run through the gauntlet of lawn care trials and leave no blade untouched. Okay. Just have that say okay. Acknowledge is kind of weird. And it's, again, I can't tell I'm hovered over that. Press C to highlight. Sometimes it can be hard to track down the final blades of grass. Press C to highlight. Lawn care workers can be extremely loud. Ear protection is important. Remember to put on your headphones if it gets too loud. So I feel like I'm getting kind of a wall of text here already. I don't like this. I don't like all this, and I don't like all this, and this all at once. Just start me with one thing. Press E to equip mower. That was a lot to remember for a dummy like me. Did I do it? Oh, I didn't get it all. Okay. Weed eaters are critical for cutting blades of grass in the hard-to-reach areas. Okay. That feels great. I love that. I love it so much. It makes me happy. Good job. Press click to leaf blow. Very nice. Hey, that feels great. I want to know how they did that. That's great. All right, press click to pick up the trash. Okay. Oh, we got ourselves a chainsaw. So far, so good. Seriously. I have some thoughts on like the loop and stuff, but I think this is just training. So we'll see. I've fixed that sound. That sounds a little weird. Oh. Okay, what else we got? What did it say? What did it say? That grass sound is a little annoying. I would smooth it a little bit. Yeah, it's a little off-putting. Graphics are good though. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. What did it say? What did I miss? Weed pull. Okay. I guess I just need to do it by hand. So it's much slower. That's kind of cool. Hey, William. How you doing, buddy? I remember that. How you doing, bud? Come on in, bud. All right. We got an edger here. William, were you Andre's roommate? I'm trying to remember. Very good. Oh my goodness, we got a riding lawnmower. It feels kind of weird that I'm getting everything at once, but I guess it's just a tutorial, so. Very nice. Okay, so I'm really hopeful that we can go to the wish fulfillment here. Guys, what's the wish fulfillment with this game? Does anyone know? And by the way, games are wish fulfillment. Most games are, even like horror games. It's some kind of fantasy that we can engage in. Otherwise, we don't really want to play. If we can't jump into a world that we want to be in and be the hero, or do something that's desirable and exciting that we can't do in the real world, sometimes the game isn't very fun. So who knows what the wish fulfillment could be for this game? Does anyone know? Cleaning satisfaction is definitely one of the wish fulfillments. And I'm not sure if you're responding to my question, but that is one of them, which is you start with something really messy and the desire to be alone, not have your kids screaming in your face, be all alone in a yard and just mow. My dad used to do that, and he said it was the best day of his week, the best time of his week. And now I understand it. That's one of the wish fulfillments. But we could go so far as to say that you want to be in an acreage, or you want to be in a big property and you just want to mow. Yes, it's about being satisfying 100%. But let's give a little, if you throw in some wish fulfillment in there alongside of the satisfaction, it's a double whammy. All right. Ooh, running a successful lawn company. Yeah, making some money. That's true too. Okay. We have a shop here, so I got a push mower. Ooh, I could buy a real mower. Got it. Let's go to career here. For some reason, I can't click on it. No. Why is that? What's going on? It's kind of weird. So I can't select that for some reason. No? What's going on? So I can't exit for some reason. Is that it? Is that the game? Hey, Unwritten World Game. Thanks for the 3333. Thank you for the donation. That's awesome. I don't understand what to do here. So we got ourselves into a glitch. Yeah, we're in a glitch. This is a big one too. Am I missing something here? Yeah, thriving. 100%. That's another wish fulfillment. Always consider the wish fulfillment, guys. Consider, okay, what am I trying to make people, like, what's the wish that I'm trying to give people that they're going to fulfill when they play my game? And I'm hopeful that this game has that. For me, the wish fulfillment would be you start on a small little property. It's someone else's, and you have your own home as well. And so you go through the neighborhood and you mow different properties, and you get paid more and more and more, and you upgrade your equipment. And as you upgrade your equipment, you can upgrade your own property until you have like a 3,000 acre property. And so all that money is being put into your business, and also this giant lawn that you own. That's the one that you can be proud of. So that's what I would do. Gonna have to exit the game. We got some kind of weird glitch there. Let me open it up again. As a gardener in real life, I'd like the levels to be in funny places too. Palaces, rooftops, cliff tops. That's really fun. I like that. Okay, so I just bought my first mower. Okay, but now I can't get out of it again. So let's see here. I don't know what's going on. But the game feels good so far. Yeah, I would say the sound is you're right. I agree. The sound is a little off. You don't have all the items needed to complete this level. Visit the shop. Okay. Okay. So we're in a glitch. We can't play anymore, sadly. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Sorry to the developer. I don't know what to do here. If the developer wants to show up in the chat and you guys can shout at me, if the developer has maybe pushed a fix really quick, or they have a trick to get past that, that would be awesome. We're going to move on to the next game. This game is called Kaput Mortem. Something about this game resonated when I saw it. It gave me childhood memories in the 90s. For the best possible experience, wear headphones. This game is meant to make you feel vulnerable, and a controller is recommended. Conventional keyboard and mouse controls are also available. Okie dokie. That feels pretty good. I like that cursor too. It's like this. This feels great. Oh yeah. Let's go. Wish fulfillment with shooters is power fantasy, 100%. Or being the hero. Most of us aren't brave enough to be the hero. But in a video game, you feel like you are. You are using a keyboard and mouse instead of a controller. Please confirm your choice. We're going to use a keyboard and mouse just because my son has been hogging my Xbox controller playing Minecraft. France, 16th century traveler arrives at a long abandoned village. I like this font. Once plagued with a mysterious disappearance and backcrops, now rotting at the foot of an ominous tower. The edifice built by alchemists a decade ago is rumored to be the source of the village's misfortunes and a home to great evil. Sometimes, sinister beckons the traveler to venture inside. Oh, I love those buttons. That feels pretty good. Oh, good sound. Finally, UI sounds. Exactly. Oh, this is great, man. Oh, we got sound effects for footsteps? My dude. Yes. Oh, this feels... Let's change the... Okay, so right off the bat, awesome graphics. Gives me that classic early 2000s vibe that I am obsessed with, that I salivate for daily. Really good. Who can tell me the one thing that kind of bothers them? Can you guys guess? There's one thing that's bugging me. Does anyone know? There's one thing that's really bothering me. Nope. Nope. It's not the leaves. It's not the compass. The field of view is a little tight. So at bare minimum, expand the field of view for me. Right? I don't mind the repeated trees. I don't mind the sound. I don't mind any of it. It's great. Really, you should let me walk over there. And you should put some kind of fence or something. That's kind of ridiculous. It looks so fun and vast, yet I'm stuck on the path, and that's kind of annoying. I think it'd be more effective if it was foggy and cloudy, but ooh, I like that. I love that fog rolling over the hills. That's awesome. Yeah, no options menu is a big one. We should be able to immediately make adjustments to the field of view. Yeah. Press and hold left shift while moving the mouse to move your hand. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Can you imagine walking around like that? That's how I walk around. I love how empty it is. It feels great. Ooh, ooh. I love skyboxes like this. They're kind of janky, but it's great. I love seeing things in the distance like that. Kind of janky. I love it. This is great. This makes me so happy. I'm getting really nice vibes. Whoa, my hand moved. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can move my hand. That's awesome. This is so fun. Oh, good. That's great. Feels really good, honestly. So you hold shift and you can move your hand around. That's great. I'm in love. I'm in love. The atmosphere is right up my alley. Strange. Oh, it's a flower locked behind a metal gate. Am I getting survival horror vibes? I freaking love this game already. Good music. It's like straight up BioShock. It's awesome. Let's go. Wait. Down? Okie dokie. A strange apparatus. Perhaps there is something that I could put inside of it. That's great. Oh man, I love this game. It's so crunchy. Oh, our first puzzle of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Oh, a thing of wheat. Oh, yeah! Wingardium Leviosa. Ricta Sempra. It's so crunchy. Everything is crunchy. That's great. Oh! The movement is definitely slow on purpose. This is great. Living quarters. I am gonna eat this game up. I love this stuff. Oh. Listen to that crunchy footsteps. Great ambience. A holy book. Tab? What do you mean tab? What are you talking about, tab? This sound is great. The audio is great. The post-processing is not too much at all. Great job to the developer. This is solid development right here. Seriously. Rock solid. I will say, I really wish there was some kind of quick premise. Imagine this, guys. 5 minutes in, you wake up and you say, where am I? What year is it? All of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't know who I am. And I don't know why I'm here. The problem is right now is I don't know if I'm supposed to know who I am. So I would really recommend to the developer some kind of premise. Give me a quick premise. Give me a goal. At the depths of the tower is a portal to hell. And there you will find your daughter. I can rescue my daughter at the depths of hell? Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Give me a destination. Press left control to crouch. Fayot intus, la mort, la demine, la bala bala. Ooh, I got myself a... Yes, good job. Woohoo, good job. I'm very excited about this game. And mainly because it reminds me of my own games. It has that kind of rhythm and loop. And I grew up on these kind of games, so it's just stuff I love. I really do love these kind of games. Excuse me. Is anyone here? Is anyone here? Is anyone here? Hello? 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 Nope. Oh, poof. Nothing in here. And also, I love that the game isn't dark. So many indie games are so dark all the time. Send us a new shipment immediately. The previous one was destroyed by the villagers whilst in transit. I cannot express how eager I am for the moment when we won't need those wastes of flesh any longer. Was I a slave? Ooh, ghost. That was scary. Yes! I got a cane. The first paragraph reads, "The human condition is that of a caged animal, complacent with the labor it's forced upon itself. Farmers, artisans, and poets, buffoons toiling day and night on meaningless things." Nice. I love that. Okay, let's see it here. Do I need to use this cane for something? To grab something, maybe? Probably. Yeah, I would say the only thing that I want from this game is give the character some kind of identity or some kind of lack of identity, even, by telling me I don't know who I am, I've lost my memory. Give me one little tiny mystery that needs to be, one tiny little glimpse of a mystery, like, why am I here? Who am I looking for? Why do I go into this tower? That really helps me out a lot. It makes me want to keep playing. Oh, we found ourselves a toilet. Okay. Let's grab some of that Toads. Oops. Oh, Thomas, what are you doing, dude? That was kind of weird. I would definitely fix that. That felt really unfair. I kind of just randomly had to do that. Just make it work. Don't make it super precise, because that was really confusing. I almost gave up. And I'm really impatient, sorry. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, yes. Environment's awesome. Seriously, this is great. I'm really, really impressed. The laboratories. Are you eating an apple with the snake? This is great. Look at these models. Classic. Something is blocking the door. Oh, the doorknob is entwined in a thick membrane. Oh, we got a letter there. All right. So we got to find 3 pieces. Great sounds, really. Something is blocking the door. The doorknob is entwined in a thick membrane. The doorknob is entwined with a thick membrane. Left click to attack. The sword animation is a little strange. This is kind of how it seems like I'm doing it. It's like I'm holding it like this and it's like this. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just like this. Make the camera wiggle a little bit. Come on. That's a strange way to use a knife. Well, let's go kill all of them. What? Okay, yeah, broaden the range, maybe use a sphere cast instead of a ray cast. All right, let's keep going. What else we got? So far, so good. Ooh, great job. Feels classic. So classic. I love this stuff so much. A fetus. A member. You know, and I don't know how many assets were used in this game, but it doesn't feel asset-y. It really doesn't. So really good work. And it's okay to use assets, but this doesn't feel very asset-y. The first paragraph reads, "The human soul and spirit are resources with an outrageous amount of untapped potential. Alchemy must evolve past the simple transmutations of physical materials and instead explore how the metaphysical can be exploited." By the way, those of you just joining us, remember you can join Full-Time Game Dev Below, which is my massive program, which teaches you everything I've learned in the last decade of making indie games, like securing funding from publishers, how to hit the Steam front page, how to secure funding on crowdfunding, how to reach out to the press and get press coverage, how to make your game in Godot, Unity, or Unreal, how to code. And you'll also get my 2D and 3D Art Pro programs completely free. Check out the reviews on the website. I have students who actually went full-time with the help of the program, which is really, really cool. And again, it's taught by somebody who's actually done that. And that's me. I've gone full-time 3 separate times. I'm currently published by 3D Realms, working on my 3rd commercial release, Twisted Tower. Click the link below. Check it out. If you want to make 2026 a year where you advance in your journey to making indie games, this is the program for you. Check it out below. And by the way, if you're a student, let me know in the chat what you think about the program. Okay. I've got some kind of spice. Is that the number 4? Some kind of spice. We read that. Oh my goodness, do we have ourselves a puzzle here? An ingredient puzzle? Let's go get our sword. Ugh. Ooh, we got ourselves a slug. I love it. Where's my sword though? It's kind of scary, isn't it? I love that. Ooh-wee! That's great. I love that. Good sound too. I just don't know where my sword is. That's great. Where did my sword go? Come here, dude. Where did my sword go? Maybe it went back on the shelf or something. What am I doing? Where did my sword go? I'm locked. Or I'm lost. Oh, that one opens. That's great. That was scary. That actually scared me. Press Q to see your healing herbs. Left click to regain health. I just wish I knew how much health I had. I'm not sure. Press R for sword? Okay. Yeah, give me to the developer, give me a little hint that appears on screen when I get hit. For the first time, it needs to press R. You need to say, it needs to show press R to equip sword. I understand the beauty of not having UI, but that was really frustrating. Thomas, you should have known. You should have remembered. No, it doesn't work like that. Not in game dev. You got to make sure you're teaching people, and they're not going to remember. You have to tell someone like 3 or 4 different times. So yeah, you need to put R, unless I missed it, which even if I did miss it, it's not really my fault, is it? and trust me, this isn't just me, okay? This is when I'm doing playtesting with my playtesters, and they complain about something, I don't ever I rarely write down on my notepad because I always have a yellow notepad. I never write, they were too stupid. I always go, okay, for some reason they didn't get that. And I need to reinforce. I love the art in this game. It's phenomenal. Very good. The developer is very talented. Okay, let's go kill that. Come here. Come on, come get me. Are you running? Oh, you scared? That's disgusting. Very disgusting. Yeah, it feels a little slow, the attack, and it doesn't feel very exciting when I kill an enemy. So the best way I could describe it is even if we're playing a game that's slow and more like survival horror, I think it's still okay to give the player a little bit more juice. So instead of this, do this. And you can have a cooldown, meaning I can't go It's that's fine. But when I stab, maybe even make the enemy flash white. Okay? Give me more particles. Put some blood on the tip of the knife. And when he dies, maybe have him go tons of blood pops out and pieces explode. Right? Just like 5 different gut pieces just explode and he disappears. That would be so much more rewarding. Instead, we had a death animation that was kind of boring and slow. So I would consider that if I was the developer. Yeah, it just feels very lame. The art is great. The animation really struggles. Oops. Sorry, buddy. So far, pretty freaking awesome. I think this game is pretty sweet. It requires patience, for sure. And that's okay. I think that's its genre. Let's move on to the next game here and take a look. Okay, so we've just played Lawn Care Simulator. We got to a bug. Is the developer in the chat, by the way? Yeah, Morrowind vibes for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I only play Steam games. I'm not going to risk downloading a zip file. Deep Sheol. Another... Did I just play this? No. Another spooky-looking classic retro game. You guys know I love this stuff. Acid arrows. Oh, that feels great. Very loud. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Now, when I click this, I better hear... Nope. I need to hear a lock-in sound. Every time I press an accept button. Warning! This game contains flashing lights and other graphical effects that may not be suitable for people with epilepsy. Pretty good. Awesome. Make sure that when I'm using the keyboard, new game is not highlighted. Now, if I move my mouse away, it's fine, right? The way you solve this, I dealt with this for like 8 hours one day. The way you solve this, if this is in Unity and it looks like Unity, the way you solve this is you move the mouse to the right-hand corner of the screen. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of other ways, but that was the best way for me. And I know it sounds like a really strange approach to fixing that, but that was the best way. Make that fog match the background. That fog is too bright. You either need to brighten the horizon or make that fog match this color right here, because it looks really disorienting. Great music. Man, this looks like it could really use some... Guys, I'm going to get copyright struck, but we're going to just go straight up to Vangelis. Listen to this. Can you imagine Hang on one sec. Let's find a good one. I freaking love Vangelis. Is it Vangelis? Vangelis? Vangeli? Listen.
It's artificial.
Oh, let's go. Can you imagine? Oh. Music is everything. Woo! Yeah, you temporarily move the mouse, yeah. Well, there I go. I had to get my my Blade Runner hit for the year. Now we just lost copyright for the video. Oh well. But hey, let's turn on some music. Ready, guys? This is good music too. Yes. Got some synthwave. Yes. I love this. Do you like our owl? Do you like our owl? I need sound more than music. Yeah, give me some sound, man. We're so close. Agent S. Phidias, you have received a new assignment. And by the way, I have a video coming out all about voice acting. Get some voice acting for your demo, okay? It's gonna make your demo stand out so much. Go to voices.com. It's not sponsored. Go to voices.com. Get yourself some voice acting. I would shut off the music here. I would have it go. And this is the voice acting you could use or do. Agent S. Phidias, you have received a new assignment. 9 hours ago, we received a disturbing report from the geological station located near the town of Sheol. Geotechnical drilling was being conducted there to investigate deposits of unknown gas. The last report indicated the discovery of extensive deposits of this gas. Preliminary laboratory analysis suggests that it may affect the cellular structure of organisms, but no further data has been received. Reach Sheol, determine what happened, and secure access to the deposits. The Syndicate cannot lose this resource. Depart immediately. Yes, sir. I love that CD. I wish it played the sound of a CD. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, so already I kind of feel like the field of view is a little small. Give me a field of view slider, please. There we go. And I want to see it change in pause mode. I don't feel like that camera range did anything, which I don't even think that was field of view, but anyway, let's keep playing. Give me footstep sounds. Okay, we have a little bit there. Jump sound is all right. In the menu, you can check the control mappings. Okay. It's better to teach me one control at a time. The environment analysis function highlights usable objects. Icons display the player's vital parameters. Wow, yeah, we can't do this. You gotta do it slowly. I'm not gonna remember any of this. On the map, you can find main routes and markers for important locations. You need to teach me one step at a time. Yeah, this is way too much. This is called a wall of text, and I'm not gonna remember any of this. It's almost useless. And what I mean by that is 20 to 40% of your players are gonna get annoyed with this. They're not gonna remember it. And so basically you're gonna have 40% of players 20 to 40% of players, and I'm pulling that number out of my butt, 20 to 40% of players who don't know how to play. So teach me one step at a time. You can drink water directly from barrels or from a canteen. You can refill the canteen by using it on a water container. That's cool. Manage your inventory. In the safe storage, you can store items you don't currently need. Okay, so I don't remember half of that because I have the memory of a goldfish. Note added. Okay, how do I open my notes? How do I open my notes? Yeah, you gotta teach me stuff. Remember when games came with manuals? Well, we're not in that era anymore, are we? There's a water barrel. I would put a little water icon on there and maybe have that glowing blue a little bit. If that's my health, I would make it glowing or have like a subtle like a sheen going up it. Good music though. Huh, huh. Oh, there is footstep sounds. Yeah, they're very soft. We're gonna bring the music volume down. I don't know what I just picked up. Okay, cool. I got a crowbar now. And a gun. Oh my goodness. That confuses me. Yeah, I don't know if I would put that there if it can't be broken, because now I'm like, I guess the crowbar is useless. There's my storage. Cool, that's fun. So far, the game looks awesome. It plays really good. The character controller feels great. The graphics are awesome. I'm getting a ton of classic vibes. Okay, so yeah, kind of a game design mistake there, in my opinion, is having a wooden crate there. 2 wooden crates that clearly look like they should be broken. And also, this is like classic Half-Life. The UI looks like Half-Life. I've got a crowbar, but I can't break boxes. So it's very unsatisfying. So just get rid of those if I can't break them. Or make them steel. Okay? Yeah, it does sound like a John Carpenter soundtrack. Give me an autosave sound. Something like that. Some kind of autosave sound would be nice. Steam coming out of the ground. Nice. Oh. So give me some sound when I get a hit. I need a I need a smacking sound when I get a hit in. There's a sound. But for some reason I'm not getting that when I hit the actual enemy. There we go. So yeah, the feedback is not perfect. And it needs to be. If you're gonna have a game where you have a melee weapon, I need really solid feedback. It's a punch sound like that, mixed with a crunch sound, mixed with a slashing sound, and then a splatter sound. You want all 4. Bam! Right? That feels pretty good. So what was the mission again? I can't quite remember the mission. Dragon's Tech, or Dragon's Teeth. So that would have been scarier. Okay, so that looks like a, is that a Fuse model? So that's Fuse, which is, Fuse is a Steam character creator tool. And so the models they're a little out of place because the rest of the game feels really retro, but the models feel very high res. So if I were you, I would bring this into Blender, decimate them down, and then lower the resolution, and also reduce the shine. I feel like a lot of the game feels very flat, and that's a good thing. Look, we've got no normal maps, we've got no shine, we got no metallic. Everything's very flat, and then all of a sudden, a high resolution character with high resolution textures and high resolution poly count and shine and normal maps comes out. It feels like it's not in the same graphical family. Okay. But so far so good. I mean, so seriously, so far like pretty good here. Yeah, seriously. Just a little bit of polish here and there. Yeah, like this guy feels like he matches pretty good. I just pretty sure she's from Fuse. Yeah, that's Fuse, which is a Valve character creator. Give me a plastic sound, so create a plastic tag for these. That's so weird. The mesh kind of has a bounce to it. I like that. That's great. Some decals would be nice. Okay, let's keep going. So far, so good, seriously. I'm just kind of nitpicking the game feel, which is really important. Yeah, it's not very scary. Yeah, let's talk about that. Great, thank you so much. Camille, thank you so much. The jump scares, I haven't gotten scared once. You really need to reconsider, like this jump scare here, I walked up and read this. This lady, we could have had a first encounter sound. And the way you do that is basically you say, if the player has 0 enemies following the player, and it's been, let's say, 10 seconds since the last encounter, play an optional jump scare. So imagine if I was reading this here, and you heard, and this enemy comes running up, and it goes, that would have been so scary. But I was like, oh, bam, 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 dead. It's all about the sound. I really like the graphics. I feel like it's a little flat. I would consider potentially reducing the fog, honestly. Yeah, there's no enemy sound there. Yeah, I would be careful with the obvious Fuse and Mixamo animations. And I'm guilty of this too. I've started noticing a lot of games with the same sort of animation for Mixamo. From Mixamo, and I'm starting to wonder, do I need to go and tweak my animations? Because that animation I've seen a lot in indie games. Nice, so far so good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so here's the thing about hitting enemies. You obviously want that smack sound with the guts coming out. But when he dies, I want to hear a and guts splatter everywhere, and I want to hear or we need a lot of different sounds playing from enemies. You want an awakened sound, or he's over here, or right? And then when he gets hit, and then when he dies, you want something like that. That made my neck hurt. But you want something like that. You want these 3 different sounds. You want follow sounds as well. So for example, when I'm running away from an enemy, let's say he's chasing me for like 3 seconds, I want to hear, and then it randomly plays another sound. So right now, I don't really know what the difference between all the different enemy skins are. They all feel like about the same thing, yet they're all skinned differently, which is disorienting. I'm not quite sure what the enemy roles are. And believe me, that's a problem I've had with my own games. So the music is dynamic, but it feels a little strange. It changes too quickly. There's not really a fade or a lerp. I think, honestly, this game is a solid game. I think we're just missing that juice. And that juice is what's going to make this game shine. If I were the developer, what I would do is instead of continuing to get this game to its finish line, what I would do is I would take the feedback that I've mentioned, along with playtester feedback, and specifically, and this is, I'm trying to encourage you, the developer, you have something good here. Go in and crank up that juice. Everything I mentioned, crank up the juice. Because right now it feels very flat. The juice. Not the graphics, not the music, not the ambience. The juice. Like that. There's no sound. I need a... That could have been an awesome jump scare, but it wasn't. Because there was no sound. Imagine if that was... and... like a scary sound. Well, there we go. We had a counter sound there. Yeah, when I hit an enemy, they should pop backwards. All those little things. Give me a reticle flash, a red reticle flash, you know? All that stuff is insanely important for game feel. Yeah, this game is close. I think it can be something special. It's just the juice. There's a juice problem. I would also make that crowbar a little bit bigger. It feels small for some reason. Cool. Very cool. Way to go, Deep Sheol. I think Deep Sheol is a solid title. I think it's mainly missing juice. It feels quiet. And it feels unfinished. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, it's a demo, Thomas. Well, guys, you want your demo to be... honestly, you want your demo to be like the best thing. Maybe even better than you could dream your game would be. And what I mean by that is put everything you possibly can into that demo before you release it. More than you could probably fit into the full game. So like that first level is like the greatest thing you've ever made. That needs to be your demo. It needs all the perfect juice. All the screws need to be tightened. Now you might be thinking, well, Thomas, the Twisted Tower demo wasn't perfect. Of course it wasn't perfect. And honestly, I look at it now and I go, there's so many things that I should have done differently. But when I released that demo, I released it with every ounce of effort I had, especially when it came to juice. So just keep that in mind with juice. You want your juice to be cranked up to level 10 in terms of its effectiveness and its tightness and its polish. That doesn't mean you put blood particles everywhere. That's not what I'm saying. You really just want to follow good juice principles. So yeah. You don't really need blood dripping from the crowbar necessarily, but like some blood on the crowbar. Like you want to make sure that those tiny little details you're emphasizing at the beginning of the game. Also, by the way, there wasn't a strong motive for the player other than do research and go find out what's wrong. There's not like a really strong motivation. Oftentimes just making it personal with like relational is really, really effective. So for example, your ex-wife, your wife cheated on you. And her lover is the CEO of this massive corporation. And now you have a double motive, right? Go take down this a-hole that cheated on your wife, right? That's what I would do. I would put in something personal in there to make this double interesting for the player. Okay, so we're going to jump into the polls here, and we're going to vote on our favorite game for today's live stream, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the live stream. Let's see here. pull up this live stream, and I'm going to put the poll in the chat. Give me just a sec, guys. We have Lawn Care Simulator, The Alchemist Tower, and Deep Sheol. Okay, give me a sec here. Which game was best? Who's going to be the winner, guys? What do you think? Which game was best? We had Lawn Care Simulator. What else was it? The Alchemist Tower. And also Deep Sheol. Now, before I post this, let's just try and recall together and encourage the developers of these games. Number one, I think all of these games are worth pursuing. I think all of these games are games that the developers can actually make some money on in 2026. I really do. So I think all of the developers, and I wouldn't just say this randomly, willy-nilly. In fact, I don't think I've ever said this. But I think all three of these games are solid titles that should be completed and should be polished and released. And I think they have the potential to be successful. I think all three, graphically, the graphics are good. I think that the mood in the last two was really nice, but that's Thomas. Thomas likes those dark, gloomy games. I think all three of them had a juice problem. And in fact, I think juice is usually the problem with most indie titles. There's a focus on depth and length and the quantity of puzzles and the quantity of enemies and the quantity. Like, imagine this. Here's something that I find really helpful. How long did it take the developer to create all those skins for those enemies for that last game? Maybe not long, but 5 times as long as it would have been just having one skin. Imagine if they said, the developer said, we're just going to have one skin and we're going to really focus on that crowbar being really fun and punchy and juicy and gross and snappy. So instead of focusing on quantity and depth and breadth, you go, nope, we're going to fine tune a few things and do them really, really good and tighten the crap out of the polish of the game. And that's what we focus on. It's like 2 things. First-person controller, really fun crowbar. Boom. You have a good demo. But so many developers, they spend so much time on, and this is coming from personal experience. This is why Twisted Tower has taken me 4 years. You focus on all these things that nobody asked you to focus on. Instead, focus on making that demo tight with just a few tiny little mechanics that are super duper fun. I know what you're thinking, but I want this, but I want that, and I want this. And I'm going through this right now with my own game. I'm working my 4th commercial release that I'm going to start working on in the middle of this year. I'm thinking, well, I want it to feel like Wind Waker, and I want it to have all the mechanics from Wind Waker, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but you can't do that, man. You don't have 1,000 people on your team. Focus on a few things and do them really, really good. That should be the mantra and the mindset of an indie. The vote's about to come. Okay, so the vote is starting in 3, 2, 1. While you guys vote, another huge thank you to all these students who joined Full-Time Game Dev. And if you want a shout out in tomorrow's live stream, feel free to check out Full-Time Game Dev, the New Year's sale. And again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, and I appreciate you guys letting me do these ad reads, but go ahead and vote while I do this ad read. You may wonder, how does Thomas do this, right? Thomas doesn't make viral games, right? But somehow he got his game, a physical copy in, I think that's Korea. Or Thomas somehow got his game, sold to Apple Arcade or put on Nintendo Switch, and he got physical copies. How did I do that? Well, it's working with publishers, it's working with platforms, it's doing crowdfunding campaigns on Kickstarter, it's learning how to hit the Steam front page, it's knowing how to reach out to the press, it's knowing how to make a game in Unity or Godot or Unreal. You can learn any of them, by the way, in the program. It's knowing how to do 2D art, but focusing on what matters. It's knowing how to do 3D art, but focusing on what matters. So if you want to learn all that stuff from an actual indie game developer who's in the trenches currently on his 3rd commercial release, and it's called Twisted Tower, and you can look it up on Google, If you want to learn from an actual indie game dev in 2026 and you want to make 2026 the year where you finally stick with a game idea and you release a game and you could say, man, I finished a game and I did everything I possibly could and I did the research and I followed somebody who actually did it. If that's something you're interested in, click the link below because this sale isn't going to last forever. It'll actually end sooner than this because they're selling much faster and there's only like 60 seats left. So if you want to join full-time game dev, click the link below, get 50% off, and my 2D and 3D art program is completely free. And look, don't take it from me. There's actual reviews. Yes, these are real reviews on the website of students who actually went full-time, which is so cool. I'm not going to take credit for them going full-time, but the course helped them. Helped Chris Stair, Everflux, Bart Mamser, Andre. These students I reached out to get their reviews, and I said, give me an honest review, and they gave me an honest 5-star review. Felipe went full-time. Soltar, full-time. Antonio, pretty cool, right? Students went full-time. There's over 4,500 students worldwide. Am I saying it's easy? No. Am I saying that anyone can do it? Anyone can try to do it, but making indie games is not for the thin-skinned. That's what I'm here for to help you with, okay? So click the link below, check it out, see if it's something you're interested in. And thank you, as always, guys, for supporting the channel. And also the last 10% of development of Twisted Tower. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the poll and see who won. I'm going to guess, this one's actually pretty hard. I'm going to guess that the third game won. Because it's kind of like more dynamic and probably more enticing to a broader audience. But that's hard to tell. So let's go ahead and take a look here. The poll started. Okay. Alchemist Tower actually won. Okay. That was my favorite one for sure. And I feel like the most polished. I just assumed that Deep Sheol was more marketable, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah. Way to go to the Alchemist Tower. That's awesome. Way to go to the Alchemist Tower. Overwhelming positivity for the Alchemist Tower. So that's awesome. 73%. Congratulations to the Alchemist Tower. I think the Alchemist Tower should be really, really encouraged by this because it means that there's an audience out there and that they're seeing an obvious commercial viability to it. Because of that, because we know who won, I think what we want to do is we want to go ahead and take a look at the Steam page. Oops. That's not the right one. Is it the Alchemist Tower or a Kaput Mortem? Wait a second. We got ourselves a problem. Why is it called the Alchemist Tower? Why did I write that? Why did I write that? Does anyone know why I wrote the Alchemist Tower? Because it's not. It's called Kaput Mortem. Why would I write that? Thomas, are you still working on Brave Boy? No, that game's dead. Why did I write that? Does anyone know? Nobody knows? Surely there was a reason why I did that. My theory is that that was what it said on Twitter. And I wrote it down. Or is that what it's called in Steam? No. Regardless, it won. So I don't think we had any bad data there. Maybe you were thinking about marketing the game and creating a name for it. Sure. Black Lantern Collective franchise. Let's see what kind of games they make. Lots of games, so they've got a formula for sure. Lots of sort of retro games. Kaput Mortem, let's take a look. So this game has overwhelmingly positive. It's at 95%, so isn't that overwhelmingly positive? But you have to have 500 reviews. It's at overwhelmingly positive. And it looks like it's made maybe 300K? No. Like maybe $200,000. I could be wrong. It came out 6 months ago or whatever, 5 months ago. Can I do the math? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. Pretty good. So congratulations to this developer. It looks like you've done a really good job here. Solid reviews. Let's take a look at the I would say the name is not my favorite. I wish it was something more like the Alchemist Tower. So travel back to the 16th century France and delve into the mysterious depths of a seemingly abandoned alchemist tower. That's probably it. Do you dare brave the horrors that beckon you below? Deeper still. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the description because it's just this classic game. It's like something you'd read on the of a physical box in the gaming section in Walmart in 1998, and that's great. You know, even this front cover has that classic vibe. I love it. Very solid title. Congratulations to the developer. Love you guys so much. I hope that was helpful. Click the link below to check out Full-Time Game Dev if you want to learn how to make games in 2026. Other than that, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's stream.